Aim high. May's trade message to ministers of Brexit War Cabinet. The Prime Minister's message is thought to have been a warning to her closest ministers that she expects them to work hard during EU talks over a post-Brexit trade deal, and not bow down to EU demands without negotiations. The group, which has been dubbed the Brexit War Cabinet and includes Chancellor Philip Hammond, Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson and Environment Secretary Gove, began discussing options for the future UK-EU relationship in a Downing Street meeting which lasted a little more than an hour and a half. And the ministers present at the meeting were reportedly divided over how the UK should approach negotiations about post-Brexit relations. Mr. Gove, Mr. Johnson, Trade Secretary Liam Fox and the new Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson are believed to be among those pushing for Britain to diverge from the EU rules and regulations and allow Britain to forge new trade deals with the rest of the world. On the other side of the debate were ministers including Home Secretary Amber Rudd and Mr. Hammond, who both backed Remain in last year's referendum, who are believed to be keener on closer alignment with Brussels to ensure the UK retains close ties with the EU. While ministers did not come in agreement on a position, there was talk of gradual divergence to slowly move the UK away from EU laws after Brexit and the conclusion of a subsequent implementation period in 2021. A cabinet source told The Telegraph the majority of those present, who also included Damien Green, David Davis and Greg Clark, were behind the idea of gradual divergence, as opposed to a sudden change. Ministers backing more divergence were reportedly pleased with the outcome of the meeting. The source said, the divergent group of ministers were happy with the meeting. They felt it was positive. There was a feeling in the room that a majority of those present were leaning towards the divergence that Boris Johnson, Gove and Liam Fox flew the flag for. The end state of Britain's EU exit will also be discussed in full cabinet on Tuesday, but it is thought it will take several meetings for the government to come to a final decision. And today's War Cabinet meeting came shortly before Theresa May addressed MPs for the first time since the EU 27 leaders agreed enough progress had been made during the first phase of Brexit talks to allow talks to move on to the future EU-UK relationship. She told MPs her first priority, ensuring the reciprocal agreement on citizens' rights, had been achieved. The Prime Minister also confirmed the divorce bill, which at one point was reported to be more than £100 million, will be £39 billion after she managed to bring the figure down, the equivalent of around 4 years of EU membership.